My name is Dr. Rachel Geller, and I'm the Board Vice President of the Gifford Cat Shelter.
My name's Donna Giffrida. I've been volunteering for a little over a year.
So my name is Jessica. I'm the shelter manager here at Gifford Cat Shelter, and I am responsible for the cat's medical care, kind of the resident vet tech here.
Vera was found actually in a dumpster trying to find food, fending for herself, looking for scraps. And a very, very nice person, a good Samaritan, did find Vera and called the Gifford Cat Shelter to see if we could take her in. At the time, we were full, and we said that we could take her in a couple of weeks. And the Good Samaritan was nice enough to actually take Vera to his own home and keep her there while she was awaiting her arrival to Gifford.
So when Vera first came in, she really looked like she was in rough shape. All of her skin, especially around her eyes, really inflamed, really goopy and crusty. She just looked so uncomfortable. She looked like she had been a cat who had been outside. When she first came in, the vet said that she had had a litter of kittens, but no kittens were found with her in that dumpster.
Vera was one of those cats that you might say, don't judge a book by its cover.
I saw her first as just a kitty in here, so just general care, socialization, feeding, caring, grooming, just taking care of her in general.
So we had tried several different types of antibiotics from when Vera first came in up until the springtime, and nothing was really making major headway with her symptoms. She was still really itchy, eyes really inflamed, and we realized that it was really an allergy that we were dealing with, and not just any allergy. This was something really severe. So at that time, the vet prescribed steroids for her to kind of suppress her immune system's reaction to all those allergens and get her comfortable. Unfortunately, though, by the time May rolled around, she had been on those steroids, and the side effect was that she became borderline diabetic, and her liver function started to tank. Her, the blood work that we did at that time showed that those were the side effects of the medication. At that point, I would think that most other shelters may have already euthanized this cat, and Gifford didn't. So around the beginning of July, we still hadn't made any major headway with Vera's symptoms. She was still extremely itchy, and her skin was still in really rough shape. Her eyes were still not looking very good either. So we had enlisted the help of Dr. Willis, the ophthalmologist, and at that point we actually involved a second specialist who was a dermatologist just to focus on the issue of her allergy. At the same time, through the recommendation, we moved her from the main adoption area into the office. And that allowed us not only to control her environment a little bit more, but keep a really close eye on her, try her on a hypoallergenic diet, and really monitor her closely. When I first met Vera was sort of around the last fall, and at that time she was kind of in a state of crisis still. Despite two specialists being involved, she still hadn't had her allergies under control. Her eyes were itchy to the point that she sometimes rubs them raw. And when I came on, her skin was in really bad shape. So there has been significant improvement. We've been able, through the help of her dermatologist, to actually get the allergies on the rest of her body under control. She no longer has patchy skin. She really has nice, beautiful, long fur all on her body. However, her eyes are still an issue, and we're still working on treating those and adjusting her medications. So, at this point, we've tried so many medications for her and really made a lot of adjustments. We were able to figure out that she responded really well to a kind of special form of a steroid that really seemed to help her itchiness. And we also, were able to get her on, eye drops regularly to kind of control the itch, but it's still not totally resolved. This winter, however, we had reached a point with her where we needed to figure out what exactly she's allergic to. The treatments hadn't really done the job. So we really went the extra mile here, and we took her to the specialist, tested her to see what she was allergic to. Turns out she's kind of allergic to life, as I like to say. Dust, grass, anything you can imagine, Vera's allergic to it. But at this point, one of the last options we have to try for her are allergy shots. And the allergy shots will hopefully help her own immune system overcome her allergies. And we're still really kind of rooting for that to work.
What touches me the most about Vera is that she's grown into this really sweet lap cat. When I bring her back from the vet, her space is in the office now, and she immediately goes to try to sit on Jess's lap. So she wants to be on people's laps all day, which is really sweet.
So Vera and I both have really bad allergies, so I really feel for her. But Vera has been on my lap since the moment that I started at this shelter. She represents for me how special animals are. She's been through so much, and most people who have been through that amount of suffering and pain and discomfort would not still be so sweet to everybody, but Vera gives me kisses, she's in my lap every day, and she has totally beat the odds. So, she represents for me why animals are so worth fighting for and why Gifford does what they do for them.
Gifford is unique and one of a kind. There are shelters in Boston that are cageless, and there are some shelters in Boston that are no-kill. But there is no other shelter in Boston that does what we do for every cat. We socialize our cats, we work with our cats, we care for our cats. A cat with any issue who comes to Gifford is going to receive so much of our attention and care, and we will do everything we can to make that cat really happy.
Gifford's really special, and that's why I'm so proud to work at Gifford Cat Shelter. We take an animal off the street and we're able to turn their whole life around. We will do whatever it takes to make them better and to make them a happy, healthy animal and give them the life they deserve. In most shelters, they have to make a decision at some point of when to kind of give up, and Gifford exhausts every option before we give up. I really would like to let all of our supporters know that, it makes worth coming to work every day, and it allows me to do my job and really care for these cats the way they deserve to be cared for, and I can't do that without them. I can't do that without our supporters, without our donors, without our volunteers who are here day in and day out helping. But Vera has really earned it, and she deserves every bit of it.
Without your support, we would not be able to provide the medical care that cats like Vera need. So please, donate to the Gifford Cat Shelter.